Copy.
Copy. I don't know where it went, but it's Summers. There's Summers.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton,
Scott Swiftwater Tony, Rob White Gold, Jaron Wheeler, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and thanks for tuning in. What's happening, fellas?
Man, you guys out there getting some serious stuff blowing through, ain't you?
What? Where? Who?
Give a sorry heartfelt shout out to London, Kentucky, and Somerset. They had a big tornado that went through there.
Yeah, they got tornadoed. Yeah,
they got hammered. So
I think it's coming. We're supposed to hit us in a couple days.
I know it's supposed to not be warm this week.
It's been raining off and on all day, and then they say we're freezing temperatures in the morning.
Yeah, see, I think it's supposed to be like in the 50s Wednesday.
Hey.
It's like this is at the end of May. We're going.
I'll tell you what, it was pretty darn cool here today. I bet you it was like 65, 70.
That's like now. I got the heater on. I'm cold.
Yeah,
it was cold, a little chilly today, but we also had rain last night too.
I've been cold.
You got the heater on?
I got my little Eden Pure on right next to me. Yeah, I'm cold, man.
Wow.
I had to turn my space heater on my bedroom, because it was chilly.
It's chilly. This is the end of May, man. This should be like 70 degrees at least all the time. We're going into June.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It was kind of hot today. It was hot yesterday and today.
So what is it now, Tim? May storm.
now?
May showers brings June flowers.
I don't have a clue what the hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it rained yesterday, and I put some of my garden into today.
What? You might get frost at this rate. Good Lord. Stupid.
Yeah, you guys like Indiana. I know Indiana's got storms coming right now for sure.
Yeah, I need to get my tomatoes planted
Later.
within the week, or it's going to be too late.
John said it's 73 where he's at. So yeah, he's closer up your way. Dennis had closer to
right now there's storms off the bottom of Illinois. So
it must just be closer to the lake. That's why it's colder here. Because it's cold.
It's cold.
It's 63. What it says. 60.
Pick one, Dennis.
62.
In the middle.
Middle one. Yeah, right. I go with Rich. Middle. Piddle.
If you could invent something, what would it be and why?
Oh, I already got a good one. Rob, you going first?
Sure. Metal detecting shoes, so I can just walk around skating around.
You
don't have to worry about swinging.
Oh, you tell me somebody hasn't made that yet?
Nope.
Why not? Can't you just strap 2 coils to your feet and just start walking? I bet you could rig something up, Rob. 2 small coils, strap them to the bottom of your shoes, and just start walking.
Yeah.
They just set each other off.
Oh, well, you'd have to walk funny.
Yeah, real funny.
You could always have the coil going around the outside of your shoe and just kind of snap on.
You'd have to walk like you're riding a horse or something.
Right, you have to walk. Yeah, like.
Well, I mean, to find stuff on the beach, not really.
No, but Jaron's saying because each metal detector would set the other one off, so you'd have to keep your feet pretty far apart.
Not if it's connected to the same control panel.
Oh, if it's in the same head, you wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, you could do that.
We better get a patent on that. We better get a patent on that right now.
It's your old cheap detectors, Rob. Just cheapies, and try to make something up there and do it. It'll work. You'll be a genius.
Real men of genius.
Wow.
I need to find that metal detector one again.
Hold that question up again, Dennis.
Oh my goodness.
If you could invent something,
What would it be?
There it is.
if you could invent something, what would it be and why?
I put it in when I get done.
What would
This
it
is how-
be? Good enough. anybody's got one, just holler it out. I know what I'd invent.
Me too. I'd be a millionaire.
A what, Rich?
I'd be a millionaire.
What would you invent?
Think about it.
I would invent a gold magnet.
Exactly.
Oh, no way. You were thinking the same?
Yep. I'd be a millionaire.
Oh, right. Exactly. Oh, geez. If we could invent a gold magnet,
Hell yeah.
troubles would be over.
I don't know. If I invented a gold magnet, I don't believe that I would want to actually try to sell it or share it or anything.
Well, still, you'd be a millionaire even if you sold just the
That's what I mean,
patent
yeah.
and the idea of it.
Sure enough, I'd go to make them, and Roy would come in and
Yeah, if you sell that patent,
make them and sell them so cheap.
Yeah.
then you'd be done.
Oh, you would be. You could just. You're done. Yeah, sell that patent and
Heck yeah.
you're done. You're done. And keep one for yourself. Just go drag it along the bottom of the creeks. Take the gold off of it.
I couldn't do it. I believe I would just have to keep it to myself and for my grandson, my son. I just couldn't, because the places that I'd want to go where I know there's gold, dude, people be buying them. Everyone will be doing it.
Everybody have one.
Then before you know it, the price of gold, because everyone will be finding gold, the price of gold will go down because there's an overabundance of it.
Right. But you would already have your bazillions for selling the patent, so it wouldn't matter.
I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't think I'd want to sell it.
Oh, I would. I'd sell the sucker so quick my head would spin. Sold. Here. Just write me a check before I change my mind. Hurry. Write me a check. It's yours. Scott, you didn't come up with nothing yet?
Yeah.
What would yours be?
The cure for cancer.
Okay, well, that's a good one. See, you're thinking
Yeah.
more humanely than we were.
I'd still be a millionaire.
yeah, I guess you would be. Jared, what do you have, Jared?
Probably just free energy, just so I can find out if you really get unalived if you find it.
You mean if you would suddenly disappear if you found it?
Yeah, that's allegedly people have found it already and they disappeared.
They vanished without a trace.
Yeah, all you got to do is make your farm run off of it for one day, and woo! Well, you got to have the story put on the news, and then it'll.
Yeah, then you'll vanish mysteriously.
Somebody's making ripples in the old money chain here.
Dennis, what did you have?
You know, I'm thinking that I would probably want to invent some type of new that make believe money, like Bitcoin. Call it the Dennis coin.
Yeah.
So that way I could become filthy rich, and I go like this. I say,
okay, Lugal.
I can say, look at all this money I got right here.
Hey,
Okay.
you could still make it. You can make a Dennis. You can make a Dennis coin.
Yeah, you can. There's probably already one.
Probably. Yeah.
Go get him. Go get him, Lugal.
Yeah, I want to make a Lugal coin.
Yeah, that way I can sell them all kinds of bits off of it or whatever the heck it is. And
You know what's really funny is I just seen the tail end of that movie the other night, and I was laughing my butt off.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I've been in something called Lugal. He goes, "What?"
David said X-ray glasses.
Lugal.
Yeah.
Who
Then
said
they show him in the. Then they show him in the band Motley Crue.
Oh yeah. It's Motley Lou.
Right.
Who said
Motley Crue.
Who said they'd invent X-ray glasses?
David
Who?
Vila.
Oh, David Vila. Did he say why, or do we want to know why? Oh, mercy.
Well, I'm probably sure he was one of those candidates who went and bought those X-ray glasses on the back of the comic books. And
Oh, when we was kids?
yeah.
Well, didn't you buy them?
No, I went for the little sea people.
Oh, I had them too, the sea monkeys, and then
Huh?
You didn't buy sea monkeys when you was a kid.
what are you
Oh,
doing?
those are brine shrimp.
Yeah,
Just come to Salt Lake. You can grab as many as you want.
But we didn't know that when we was kids.
It was what, 99 cents?
Yeah, they were sea monkeys.
What is that?
You don't know what a sea
Brine
monkey
shrimp.
I don't. Get a picture of it, Jaron, and share it. I want to see what you're talking.
Look up the thing, sea monkeys first, and see.
Dude, they're small unless they're in a big giant group.
Well, the little tank you could buy extra had like a magnifying lens on the front.
Don't be showing that looks like a little mermaid neither, because that ain't what a sea monkey looks like.
They did in a comic book. That's why we bought them. I mean, come on. Yeah, there they are. Sea monkey. Dennis, you ain't got none of them, man. You got to get some for your grandkid. Those are cool.
You just put them in water, Dennis, and they start swimming.
They've changed since we was kids. Yeah.
Yeah, you just put them in water, they come back alive.
Somebody took the sea monkey franchise to the next
They
level.
really come to life for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They instantly come to life. Yeah. They're sea monkeys.
Yeah, see, I don't remember, I'm looking at the same thing that Jaron was. I don't remember getting the little
You
tank.
didn't get that. You got like a pack.
Yeah, we got a packet that looked like romaine noodle seasoning.
Yeah, you just dump it in a fish bowl.
You pour it in the water.
Yeah.
And you watch.
Big?
Watch them come to usually you just ended up dumping them down the toilet, because they.
I mean, if you feed them for a couple of days, you get close enough and you can see them.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that ever.
Did you read comic books when you was a kid?
Yeah, but I don't remember
It
seeing
was
that.
always like on the back page, man. There's
Right next to the decoder ring.
And the X-ray glasses and the hand buzzer and
yeah, any crazy
cushion.
Oh yeah, the whoopee cushion, all that good stuff.
Or the transistor radio that you can spy gadget.
Oh yeah, spy camera. Oh, all that good
They
stuff.
made off that stuff off them comic books from them ads in the back.
Yeah.
Gadgets.
Like I said,
we hardly ever ordered anything because it would never get to our hands. Mom would be like, "Oh, they don't need that."
it took
they don't need that.
if you ordered something, it took like 12 weeks to get it or longer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Snail mail.
It was worse than snail mail back then.
It was snail mail, baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's horrible.
He said he wants to see what you're made of. That's why X-ray glasses.
Oh, okay. All right. That's crazy. Crazy. Pretty cool though. That was a good one. Speaking of good ones, what's the gold prices like?
You ain't gonna believe it. No, you are. Anyway, right now we are looking at as of Friday, but the market is open across seas right now. But they got a $40 jump, went to 3,240. Well, now it went to 2,300 or $3,233. It just jumped $10. Silver just took a little jump at 32.56. That kind of went down. It was 34 at one time. Platinum actually did a $4 jump to $1,002. Palladium actually did $2 jump to $992. And rhodium, as of Friday, stayed unch at $5,825. But that's changed from the 6,000. So, but yeah, as we're speaking, there's things changing right now anyway. So
things is changing. The
market, baby, the market.
The market, the logo. Look it up.
It's always fluctuating.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. Jaron, what about the Bitcoin?
It is at its highest price since late February at $105,770.
Nice. At least it's up. Up is good. Up is good.
Mm-hmm.
Up is good. How much is Dennis coin worth right now?
Negative 1,000.
Yeah.
Dennis needs to print an NFT, don't he?
Yeah, I do.
Dennis coin.
I just still to this day don't know how whoever made Bitcoin didn't get arrested, because last time I knew, making another currency in America was highly illegal.
It's
But
a digital currency. It's not a real currency.
it's still currency, they said, right? Oh, it's real. You can pay stuff. Well, if you
You
can pay stuff
can,
for it,
but it's
it's
still
real.
digital. It's not paper. It's not metal.
That's
It's
why I'm telling you. That's why it's bullcrap.
digital. It's digital. It's digital.
Fiddlesticks.
It's digital. Hey,
Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks.
it's pretty darn real. When it's real. It's real as real gets.
It's going to be real when somebody actually steals it from you.
They
And it's going to be really real.
They can't steal it from me because I don't have none.
Oh, first, the government's going to shipe you into that's everybody's got to go to a digital currency sometime in the next future.
Right.
And then somebody's going to figure out how to rob it from you.
In the next
Typical.
lifetime.
Well, and the people's robbing it's going to be working for the same people that just shoved you into using it. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, we'll remember that in our next lifetime. That's
You don't think they're already working on this plan, man? Come on.
I'm not saying.
I smelled this as soon as they put this on the stock market. Oh, I can already see where this is going.
Wait, it's not real, but it's on the stock market?
Yeah, Bitcoin's on the stock market.
Well, if it's not real, how's it there? Is it?
Because stock markets sell dreams every day. Why not another one?
Okay. All right. Just checking.
He got a point.
I'm not gonna help you out.
What, Danny?
He's got a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, they do sell dreams every day. Every day. Every day.
Every day.
We all just wish we had got in on it when it was about $100 a piece.
Actually,
or less. Yeah.
Or less.
If we had just bought one.
but yeah, I wish I would have got in on it.
At $100, just bought one. Said, it's $100. I'll just buy one.
Wish I would have bought a mining machine.
Oh yeah, even that too, Rob. Back then.
Except where our power bill would have went skyrocketing. Then hey,
Yeah.
you got solar, so it would have compensated.
Yeah, that would have helped. You could have just hooked it directly to the solar.
Yeah, but by the time you mined it, you could have had $400,000 right now or something. That'd pay for the electric bill all the way around.
I mean, heck, we've had that solar panel system on our roof for almost a decade.
Wow.
It's already paid for itself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's real cool. Solar. You're in a good place for solar. So is Scott. Yeah. Scott should have solar.
I just wish we would have had
They won't
the
put it on the trailer.
backup. But you
Would
know,
you-
that was additional 10 grand.
Yeah.
And we still always do it.
Oh yeah, you can always add on, right?
Oh, it's a special weekend for Canadians. It's Victoria Day weekend.
So what's that mean? What is it though?
Happy Victoria Day weekend.
Victoria Day weekend.
So hold on.
Well, Victoria.
Hold
So
on.
Victoria Day is a federal Canadian public holiday observed on last Monday, preceding May 25th, to honor Queen Victoria, who
Oh,
is known as the Mother of Confederation. The holiday has existed in Canada since at least 1845. Originally on Victoria's natural birthday, May 24th. So basically that weekend, on that Monday, pretty much everything's closed.
Oh, Canada.
yeah. Very interesting. Very cool.
Well, happy holiday.
Happy, yeah. Holiday.
Whatever you call it.
Give me a Canadian flag, so here you go. Happy Victoria Day.
You got a Canadian flag, Rob?
No.
Oh darn, me neither.
Just picture me waving a maple leaf.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I could search that. Maple?
Maple leaf.
Just type in Canadian flag for crime in
Canadian
it.
flag.
It didn't.
It's a maple leaf with two red straps and a white one in the middle. It's hard.
There you go.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. Canada.
Yep. All right. So I guess we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Got a lot of stories tonight. Yeah. Rob's got stuff. Rich's got stuff. Scott's got stuff. So lots of stuff.
I'll go last.
Oh, I can tell you 4 stories. I took my grandson to his first Pokemon
Okay.
and my 9-year-old grandson, he absolutely had a blast.
And it was a Pokemon convention?
No, just a card show, Pokemon card show.
Pokemon card show.
Is it like Comic-Con?
Yeah, kind of, I guess kind of. But
Like a lot of people dressed up and that kind of stuff.
some Pokemon for them years ago, some boxes. You know, you buy for like $40. Well, today that box is worth about $330.
Okay.
We put a price tag on it for $350. Sold it for $300, and I'm getting ready to show you this. He absolutely, because I bought it for him. That was his money, and he had a heyday. He took cards. He was trading, doing trades. I don't know how he'd take a card and come back with a whole complete pack of Pokemon cards unopened. Then he'd get another card he had was worth maybe $1. Come back with a $5 or $6 card. He would just, oh man.
Oh,
but
gee.
this is what, when he sold it for $300, got these are called ETBs, Elite Trainer boxes.
Okay.
He actually ended up getting 4 of them. So we got this case, and I took all the packs out of it and put all the packs in here for him. He hasn't seen this case yet. So
pretty cool.
Yeah, he had a blast. I mean, that was, and then on the ride home, his adrenaline was going 90 miles an hour the whole from 8 to 2. I had a booth there. You know, we set up booth, and he was helping learning how to do the wheeling, dealing, and trading. And
he's doing the wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling and dealing.
He had so much fun. He'd never seen so much Pokemon in his whole life. It's just like I can't describe it. You know, it was like 8 hours of joy, extreme joy.
Was people dressed up as Pokemon?
There was a couple of them. They were complete outfits, but you know, they kind of, one had the little Gengar hat, little purple guy.
Okay.
There's always a purple guy.
So cool. Yeah, I just wanted to say that because he had a blast. And
good. Nothing wrong with that. Pokemon.
Dennis had his Pokemon boxers on.
I still have a 5-ounce silver bar if someone has any first generation Pokemon cards they want to trade for.
First gen Pokemon.
Yep, that way I can put that in my grandson's collection.
First gen Pokemon.
First gen Pokemon.
First gen Pokemon. That's right. That's all you gotta do. Find some. Easy peasy.
Yep.
All right. And on that note, we're gonna turn it over to Rich Cooley. Rich, got some stories.
Welcome
something?
to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters.
I got
Here's
screen
Rich.
share on, Rich, and I'm gonna highlight. Oh, there you go. You're in business. See, you didn't even have to tell me tonight.
I like it.
What are we looking at?
I'm not sure what the heck that is. Looks like spinach.
Looks like a giraffe.
Epidote. Oh, epidote.
I'm ready. Epidite. Well-developed crystals of epidite. Crystallizing in, oh man, I'm telling you.
Uh-oh.
Ionic system are of frequent occurrence. They are commonly prismatic in habit. The direction of elongation being perpendicular in a single plane of symmetry. The name epidite is derived from the Greek word epidosis, meaning increase, in allusion to the crystal characteristic of one longer side at the base of prism. The faces are often deeply stratiated, and crystals are often twined. Many of the characters of the mineral vary with the amount of iron presence, for instance, the color, the optical constants, and the specific gravity. The color is green, gray, brown, or nearly black, but usually a characteristic shade of yellow, green, or pistachio green. It displays strong Paleocreoism. It has, what is it, like cyanocrosite is green, white, or pale rose red group species containing very little iron, thus having the same chemical composition as orthorhombic mineral zeolite. So apatite is an abundant rock forming mineral, but one of the secondary origin. It occurs in marble and schistose rocks of metamorphic origin. It is also a product of hydrothermal alteration of various minerals. A rock composed of quartz and apatite is known as apatosite. Well-developed crystals are found in many localities. Okay, so it says Napawand near the Grovine Dagger in Salzburg as a magnificent dark crystals of long prismatic habit in cavities. Let's get to the countries. It says Norway, Dauphine Haddam in Connecticut, Prince of Wales Island in Alaska. Here are large dark green tabular crystals with copper ores.
Where is Norway?
Norway. Not sure.
Where's Norway?
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the map. I have to look in the map.
Yeah.
I mean, it's another country, right?
Yeah. Norway
Yeah.
country, sure.
It's a country. I'm just not sure where on the map it is.
Oh, okay.
Alionite and dacitylite have the same general apatite formula and contain metals of the Syrian group. In external appearance, alionite differs widely from apatite, being black or dark brown in color, pitchy in luster, and aquat in mass. So alionite is a mineral readily altered by hydration, becoming optically isotropic and amorphous. For this reason, several varieties has been distinguished and many different names applied. So I was looking for the hardness. See, Mohn scale is 6 to a 7. Specific gravity is 3.38 to a 3.49. Yeah, that's the hardness. 6 to a 7 on a Mohn scale.
Epidote.
The colors I said pistachio green, yellow green, greenish black, brown, brownish green, green, and black.
Black one looks cool.
Lisa said it was in Northern Europe.
Norway, that's where
That's where the Norwegians come from. Remember,
Yeah,
Sig
it's just
from
above Germany.
okay.
Yeah.
Just above Denmark, Germany.
Denmark area. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
They touch Russia. Close to the Russian border. Yeah.
Epidote.
Epidite.
Oh, that green one.
That piece looks pretty good. That crystalline piece.
Yeah, that one on the right.
Yeah, holy moly.
Yeah, that one looks really cool.
That's a heck of a find right there.
I'd be doing a jump.
Notice that first on over one more, Rich. That crystal one looks pretty cool to me. That one, yeah, the cluster.
Yeah.
Like that one too.
Epidite image, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it was over by Russia. In the
It's
north.
landlocked with Russia.
Yeah.
Like you can smoke it.
Yeah. That's pretty.
That's where the Norwegians are.
Cool too, yeah. That's some cool stuff. Oh, the apatite with quartz. That one's the awesome one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool when you get doubles in there.
Yeah. That's a pretty nice piece right there. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'd like something like this right here. That reminds me of like a Oriental type.
I don't know. It kind of looks like a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
That looks like
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Almost
Yep.
like a jade looking.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
That's cool stuff though. I like it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Epidite. Epidite. So it's epidite, not epido. Epidite. I'm not sure. Wait a minute.
how about humite?
You might.
All right, so
Epido.
this is a weird.
Okay.
So humite really doesn't have anything on it, but humite is a mineral found in volcanically ejected masses of Vesuvius. It was first described in 1813 and named for Abraham Hume, Hume, from 1749 to 1838. So it basically says in the dictionary to see also algae hanite, chondrodite, cleniohumite, and jerry gibsite, like 4 other different kind of names of minerals that you're supposed to see, which relates to humite.
Eh?
So basically, I picked chondrodite, which basically, although it's fairly rare mineral, it is the most frequently encountered member of the humite group of minerals. It is formed in hydrothermal deposits from the local metamorphized dolomite. It is also found associated with skarn and serpentinite. It was discovered in 1817 at Paragus in Finland, a name from the Greek from granule, which is a common habit for this mineral. So the structure, the chondrodite structure, is based on slightly distorted hexagonal close packed array of anons with metal ions in the sites, resulting in zigzag chains of octahedra. Chains are staggered so that none of the independent tetrahedral sites occupied by psi has OH or F corners. Half of the octahedral sites are filled by divalent citations, principally Mg, and 1/10 of the tetrahedral sites are filled by psi. They are 3 distant octahedri in the array. So basically, the color is yellow, orange, red, or brown, rarely colorless. Mohn scale is a 6 to a 6.5. The luster is vertiginous to greasy. And the cleavage is poor to good. Fracture is conchoidal to uneven. So that's about it for that.
It's not cheap.
Now, it's pretty pricey. Look at that one.
Yeah, it is a little pricey. Yeah.
Look at that.
I've never heard of
$1,154.
it. It's not cheap. Dang. Yeah, when it's cut, takes the price way up there.
All different kinds. I mean, there
Definitely is.
it goes from one color to a complete opposite.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Got that reddish, the yellow,
I
orange.
mean, you wouldn't think, it goes from something like this here to
Right.
something like this.
Interesting.
Hmm.
A strange one, but cool.
Yeah.
Pretty stone. Like it with the quartz. Anything with the quartz.
You have any collection of these?
I wish I did.
You
I might have.
might.
I might
You
have something that looks like that. I have to look.
You might. You never know.
I'll have
You
to-
got a big collection. You
yeah,
might.
no, I have to look at them and see. I have something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
I will have to look. I will do that. Fucking.
Like,
You
well, I have
never
to
know.
look. You like you think you got one in there. Get out of
Never
here.
know. I might have.
Yeah, you could possibly, but maybe.
I bet he does.
It's possible. I will look while we discuss the next thing. So Scott, you're going last, right? You said.
All right.
You
Yeah,
said
yeah,
last, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I have to look, man. I wish I knew what all these were. So Rob is that bat?
All right. Well, Jaron can go ahead and make a shout out to our YouTubers.
Oh
So-
yeah. Heck yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Got Stephen France, Heath Doty, David Villa, Ray Russo had to leave, Duff, Charles Hanson, Jane Hartley, John Hunt, Bigfoot Prospecting Matt, Alan Burgers, and David Alfonsetti.
Nice. Well, thank you all for being here again tonight. Always a pleasure having you all here with us.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Just saying. Just
And just to be out there, just let a little drop going on. If you guys got any friends that you think would be interested in joining Gold Prospector Space, now is the time. We get 20 more. 20 more. How many is it, Tim?
8,000.
8,000.
20 more. That's it. 20. That's right. And we'll have 8,000 members. Yeah. Wouldn't it be sweet if they'd all get on at the same time and just crash the network?
Hey, and don't forget, this month, Pay It Forward, we're giving away a 1 ounce Silver Buffalo 999 round.
Yeah,
So,
you can see a picture of it by clicking the monthly pay it forward link on Gold Prospector Space, and you can see what Rob has put up for this month's monthly pay it forward. Very cool, Rob. That's an awesome silver round. Just saying. I hope I win it so I can pay it forward.
actually, here it is.
I'd like to put that in my silver stash.
Ooh.
That's a beauty. Yeah, it is.
That-
Where's your gloves at, you chintzies?
Oh, that's right. Why aren't you wearing your white gloves?
I'm touching on the rim, not anywhere else.
You should be holding it up with little white gloves, Rob. Turning it. All right.
Slowly.
Get away, Rob.
Well, as you noticed, the price of gold went up here recently, and Costco has been placing a new limits on the gold purchase in the recent months as the metal's popularity surges. You know, sometimes things are a little too popular, and that certainly appears to be the case for Costco gold bars. The wholesale club has been gradually tightening and clarifying the transaction limits on some of its precious metal products.
Hmm.
Where shoppers at Costco.com could originally purchase 2 1 ounce gold bars per transaction. Now they're only allowed to buy one
Wow.
per transaction. Last year, the Business Insider visited a warehouse in Wisconsin where shoppers could bring home a stack of 5 1 ounce bars. The language on the product listing page. Oh, wait, I need to do this. Here we go. Also, better clarify that per day, in fact, means within a 24-hour period. So apparently, the people were like buying it in 12-hour increments or something like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
If you had enough money, you could have 14 people buying it in 24-hour increments
2
too.
units per 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can buy one every 12 hours.
Okay, this one goes up to our folks up in Canada.
Uh-oh.
Sunken ship.
Looks like it.
A young boy in Canada made an amazing discovery of a shipwreck from 2 centuries ago, a report said. Back in 2023, Lucas Atkinson, age 8 at the time, was on a family trip to Point Farms Provincial Park in Ontario, where he found a small steel spike with his metal detector, a birthday gift. The spike was found attached to a piece of wood and had several more spikes on it. Further inspection revealed that the spikes and the wood were part of a wrecked ship. The young boy and his family reported the discovery to park staff and the volunteer group Ontario Marine Heritage Committee. Archaeologists found that the ship was likely an old schooner, and old schooners were two-masted wooden sailing vessels with double frames. Researchers are now making drawings of the shipwreck from different angles to identify the vessel. They're also assessing catalogs detailing insurance requirements for ships from the 19th century.
That's cool.
Really? 19th century, even the insurance companies are getting in on this? Really? Come on.
Up.
Yeah. But hey,
Like they,
you know,
like they paid out on it. Okay.
you get a metal detector for a birthday at that young age, and then you find that big old spike, and then next thing you know, you found
You found
a
a ship.
sunken
Well, I
Yeah.
thought you was
ship,
going
and
to say that was drone footage of them finding the ship.
yeah, I believe that could be.
Yeah. Could be. But still, 8 years old, metal detector for your birthday, and you found a part of a
Ship.
sunken ship. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I didn't get time to air play this other picture, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing for a second once I find it.
Oh, Roger that.
Go.
Heath
Share.
Doty just had a birthday, so
Oh, happy
happy late
birthday.
birthday to him.
Hey!
Yeah. Happy birthday, Heath. That's pretty cool. Hey, that's the new Pope.
Yeah.
Oh my
Happy
God.
birthday.
Does Dennis got that one yet?
Just when you think we couldn't
Well,
get stupider.
Where do you
Hey.
get the Pope Tops trading card, Rob?
If you're willing to shell out that kind of money on eBay. Uh, there was a factor of fiction about Topps cards and the makers of the baseball cards featuring Pope Leo the 14th. An image being sent around claims to show that the new Pope Leo trading card from the iconic baseball card company Topps. Many assumed that it was just a joke, but it's actually very real.
Huh.
According to New York Times, the Topps Now card has sold more than 130,000 copies, making it the best-selling non-sports card in the brand's history. It also outsold cards featuring LeBron James, Lionel Messi, and Steph Curry. The Pope Leo the 14th card went for $8.99 on Topps website before selling out. It's now, of course, all over eBay with the prices at the time of this printing going as high as $199. So I'm sure it's over that by now.
Wow.
There is also an alternative white smoke variant of the card, which sold on eBay for $195.
What's
So
next? TV evangelist? Seriously?
Well, he is the first American Pope.
yes, but some of you guys like Dennis there, who
Yeah.
are into the
Yeah.
sports trading business, and
Yeah, he
you
should
never
have
know, you
one.
might find a treasure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for one now.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, what you do is you get on Top's website, all right?
Huh?
And what that means is the Tops now is they're telling you they're going to come out with a card, whether it be LeBron James or Michael Jordan or whatever, and they'll announce, hey, we're gonna print the one of the Pope, so you can order one through the Tops,
Right.
and depending on how many orders they get, they'll leave it open, and there'll be a date, an end date. And if they sell 1,000, say 1,000 people want one or two or three or whatever, because the it's not just the Tops now, the card itself. They'll always make a chase card with it, so there'll be like a one of one card, and someone will end up getting that one of one card. That's how they sell. You know, so if they, like I said, if they sell 1,000 cards, 1,000 people order them, they'll only print 1,000 of them.
Right.
And out of that 1,000, someone's going to hit that one of one, which will be worth. Well, there's only going to be one of whatever, whether it's the white sparkle or, got the bling bling all over the card, or
It'd actually be one of 1,000, but yeah.
But they ain't gonna put that in circulation.
But
no, it's being
100,
back. That's what top, when it says Tops now on it. That's just a specialty card that Tops had on their website, and you never know, who's going to be the next, who they're going to advertise, who they're going to put on it, like that new.
Yeah, but
How
you're
would
not
they
going to see
sell
it.
that number one card though?
That went to a CEO's son.
The what, Rich?
How would they sell that number one card though? That one of 1,000.
eBay, card shop, trade shows.
most likely they're going to get it graded first, and then they're going to take it to a
No, but what I'm
major auction
saying, would
house.
they put that in circulation?
No, it'd go to a CEO's son or something like that.
No, that they wouldn't put it in the only way you could get that one of one is you would have to order it on the Topps website. And the nice thing about buying one of those Topps Now cards is, instead of them printing over 100,000, 200,000 cards, it's probably going to be a lot less. So it's going to be extremely limited on getting those cards, which the value of them is going to be a lot more.
And according to the article, it was 130,000 people that ordered.
Oh,
Okay.
really? They sold 130,000 of them. Okay.
130,000.
That's how many people ordered. That's how many they printed. And that was it. They didn't print any more than whatever was ordered. Which that's still a lot less,
right,
than what they normally print of regular players.
Interesting.
But
Well,
how do they figure out who gets that number one card?
It's just random. It's just random.
It's just
they don't sell it.
Somebody just gets it.
Since it's a single card, they'll all be packaged and then they just get randomly shipped out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And it'll come in. It'll come in a package like this.
Mm-hmm.
When you order it, they put your card in this. Because I've ordered some cards from Topps Now.
Uh-huh.
And then
they have a connection, then they'll.
So when you open it up, you're hoping like heck you got that one on one in there.
Yeah, but chances of that, somebody will hook somebody up.
Probably. Yep, probably. Oh, I got the one on one. Oh.
Oh yeah, if you're the lucky one that gets that. Woo wee.
Very cool though.
All right. So now we're headed back to I'm going to finish up the Lost Treasures in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
And I believe we left off over by Lost Diamonds of Goose Creek, or if not, if we did it last Sunday, I'm sorry.
Again, then. Yeah.
In 1870s, miners working Idaho's Goose Creek near McCall found more than gold. Mixed with ordinary gravel were rough uncut diamonds and blue sapphires. The discovery shocked locals, as diamonds were rare in the region. A prospector named Eli Grit Thompson reportedly gathered 2 bushels of these gems, but feared thieves would steal them. Thompson buried the diamonds in a leather sack near a bend in the creek. He marked the spot with a notch on a pine tree. When he returned months later, floods have washed away the tree. Searches by Thompson and others failed to find the sack. In 1932, geologist Harold Flood claimed to have found diamond-rich gravel beds nearby. He mapped the area but died in a rock slide before sharing the details. Modern hunters who uses praise notes focus on a half-mile stretch of the creek. So how much would this treasure be worth today? The uncut diamonds could value over $5 million.
Hmm.
You think they got scattered out of that bag and are all over that creek?
More likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buried loot in Twin Falls County. In 1891, a stagecoach carrying payroll gold for miners was robbed near Salmon Dam, I'm sorry. The outlaw, known only as Red Hawk, shot the driver and fled with a heavy iron strongbox. A posse chased him across the desert to Brown's Bench, a flat-top mesa west of Rogerson. Red Hawk buried the strongbox under a rock pile shaped like a turtle. The posse cornered him the next day, and he died without revealing the spot. Years later, a sheep herder found a carved boulder but saw no treasure. This strongbox likely holds about 50 pounds worth of gold coins bars. The iron from the box would rust, but the gold would still survive. So how much would this be today? The gold cash might total 1.2 in modern times. So yeah,
I'd show the coins. I'd show the coins, but I get rid of that box.
well, there's not gonna be nothing left of that box.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the Lost Wheelbarrow Mine. 2 prospectors named Casper and Joe found gold near Potlatch in 1887. They built a mine using a wheelbarrow made from whiskey barrel planks. The mine produced $20,000 in gold dust before men argued over shares. Joe vanished, and Casper left, vowing to return. When Casper came back in 1901, but he couldn't find the mine. Landslides had buried the entrance. He searched until his death in 1915, leaving only a journal with rough sketches. In 1939, loggers found a collapsed mine shaft. The mine's coordinates are known, which they do give it to you. I don't know if I really know. Well, 46.9975 degrees north, 116.7833 degrees west. The old mine tunnels crumble easy, making exploration dangerous. Hunters sometimes find rusted tools or rotted barrel of wood. So how much would this supposedly gold mine could be valued? They're saying it would exceed $400,000 today. On to our next one, the lost cheat gold of the Appalachians. During the 1838 Trail of Tears, Cherokee families, Cherokee families were forced.
Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Sorry, I'm just
It's all right, Rob. It's funny.
sorry. Cherokee families were forced west.
Ah,
No offense to the natives. Stories claim some hid gold in the Appalachian Mountains to keep it from soldiers. How this tale reached Idaho is unclear, but rumors say the Cherokee group buried gold near Salmon River. In 1920s, A diary by a settler, Martha Cole, mentions finding tribal carvings on a boulder near Chelius. The carvings showed a sun symbol and arrows pointing north. Miners later found quartz vein, but there were no gold. Some think the carvings marked a trail to a hidden treasure. No Cherokee records mention in Idaho gold, and historians doubt the connection. Still, the legend persists because occasionally gold nuggets found in odd places. So they're speculating how much this would be worth is about 2 million, although it exists to remain, unproven. You know,
Huh.
it could just been one of those lost,
Sure.
a goose, a wild goose tale.
Wild goose chase, yeah.
Yeah. Our last one here, Mission Treasure on the Old Spanish Trail. Spanish priests explored the American West in the 1700s, seeking to convert tribes. Stories say they built a mission in Idaho and hid silver coins and religious relics. A diary from 1895 describes a settler finding an arasta, a stone tool for crushing ore near Silver City. In 2016, a hiker found a rusted Spanish dagger near Elk Creek.
Hmm.
The blade had a cross engraving, sparking rumors of a mission site. Explorers now check caves and the Ohi Mountains for marks like crosses or dates. Most historians say Spain never settled in Idaho. They argue that the dagger could have been traded or lost later. Still, treasure hunters scan old maps for clues. Some focus on Spanish towns, a town named after settlers from Mexico in the 1860s. The treasure, if real, might include silver candlesticks or candlesticks or gold crosses. No missions have ever been found, but the dream of a colonial riches keep the search alive. So how much would this treasure be worth today? The mission treasure could total 3 million in today's market.
Woohoo!
Good ones. Those
I'll
are
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Sweet treasures. Yeah, definitely. Good job, Rob.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, Scott, you are up.
All righty then.
All
We got
right.
the 7 most effective gold prospecting techniques explained.
Oh.
So we're going to start out. Excuse me. Most effective gold panning techniques. First, it's essential to understand that some techniques might be ineffective or banned based on your location and gold prospecting goals. For example, in some states or select regions, you cannot use suction dredges due to environmental harm they cause, which is BS. We all know that. Simple gold panning is one of the most common gold prospecting techniques, and it can also be used particular any place. Even with the safe procedure, certain areas in your state may prohibit it, charge you a modest price to use it, or require a permit or authorize it. All depends on where you're at and where you intend to prospect. Yeah, always check your rules, guys. That's just you got to know where you're at. So anyway, gold panning. Gold panning is among the most ancient techniques for extracting gold from the streams. This method is quite simple to learn and it is quite cost effective. You need a gold pan to extract gold from placer deposits, water, and patience. This approach will not produce as much gold as other techniques, but is suitable for small scale possibilities. Once you found the outstanding placer deposit, shovel bits into your pan, then water is used to loosen the soil that or attract or attached. You can accomplish this. You can accomplish this by soaking, fingering, and using strong agitation, which causes denser items like gold to sink to the bottom of your pan. You must remove the remaining items to rise in your pan and expect the remaining denser materials for gold. In most situations, you will find gold dust or nuggets, which I haven't been there yet. Uh, Even though this is among the most ancient techniques, still practiced today to find gold. There's a lot of physical work involved, and the more often than not, you won't find vast amounts of gold unless you are lucky. It says that there's a tip: prospecting gold mining is prevalent today, but can be enjoyed by everyone. So get out there and start panning. Sand panning. This is going to be a good one, but I think that's dry panning in my opinion. Sand panning is for gold is similar to traditional gold panning, but instead of focusing on gravel, you must find suitable sand to extract gold. Black sand forming iron metals such as hematite and magnetite are often good indicators of gold presence. It can be found at beaches, placer deposits, and riverbeds and streams. The type of gold you can find here is much finer and doesn't behave like chunky gold. The panning technique differs from traditional panning, and you might also read magnifying glass or bring a magnifying glass to detect the finer parties of gold that may be suspended in the water as the sandbars break. The advantage of sand panning for gold is that many people consider it, or at least not as much as the other techniques mentioned in this list. Many potential areas to pan for gold in the sand are left untouched. Both beaches and lakes are excellent locations for doing it. While also there is an advantage that not many people choose this technique, it is also a disadvantage since there are fewer people learning how to use this technique efficiently. So they're sand panning it, I guess, which I'd call that finish panning, wouldn't you?
Yeah, ish.
I mean, that's what Ray does. He runs a lot of
sand and
panning.
sand. Yeah. No gravel. Just
no doubt.
Okay.
All right. The next one's dry washers, which heck I know all about that.
You know all about that.
You dang right. Dry washers are an excellent tool for extracting particles of gold from the sediments. This machine uses air and sluice and filter the lighter material. Gold significantly heavier than other materials will remain in the bottom of the machine and get trapped by the riffles. Before processing the gravel, gold prospectors need to ensure that the raw material has sufficiently dry to be processed. And that is true, folks. It's got to be dry. Apart from this machine and a shovel, you will also need a pan for the final separation procedure. Still, there is another methods in which type of dry washing machines you use will also impact the final result, the quantity you can work and how long it takes. Arguably, using a dry washer can also lead to more significant gold findings and are a great alternative tool to work in the dry, arid lands to find gold or where water wasn't readily available. However, just like all gold prospecting techniques, you must research the area before to know if you can use it. So that's another truth there. And we all know how to use it. We should anyway. The whole sluice box. That's probably what besides the gold pan, that's probably the number one piece of equipment you buy when you first start off.
I would think. Yeah. I would think so.
It's sluice boxes. A high banker of power sluice are among the most effective gold prospecting techniques invented. This is a machine similar to a dry washer, but instead of air, it uses water to separate the heavier gold materials from the lighter gravels. This tool can be used to find placer gold in rivers and streams once it is placed parallel to the stream. Shovel the gravel into it. The riffles and the stream flow will separate the gold from lighter materials. Lighter materials will be swept downstream where gold particles will be captured by the riffles. While it may appear to be new, this approach has been utilized for centuries. It is more efficient than gold panning because it requires less human labor. What? Anyway, less human labor with the exception of shoveling. I was going to say, what? There's got to be something. I know there's a little bit more of that in the panning. Modern sluice boxes pump water using gas or electricity. Some types may utilize far away from the water supplies, while others are meant to function in arid environments. A sluice box could occasionally be used as a dredge if it has a powerful enough gasoline engine, although this is not always the case. Sluice boxes are usually allowed where gold panning is permitted. Therefore, it is the best to check the legislation. Old Rob's corner here, metal detectors.
All right.
It says metal detectors, although relatively new compared to the other gold prospecting techniques mentioned, are probably the most commercially known methods used to find gold and other treasures. These are simple devices along with long shafts and search coils to detect metals as you hover above them in the ground. When a metal is detected, it will alert you instantly. However, a big con about metal detectors is that you must invest in a quality metal detector. Apart from this, even a good metal detector, you might not be able to find the tinier pieces of gold as they escape detection. Metal detectors are good for finding larger gold nuggets, but if you need a lot of patience, but they do need a lot of patience, and there are many metals underground that will trigger false alarms. Okay, the next one's suction dredges, which we know about that too. Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you. Suction dredges are probably the most efficient in gathering higher gold rates than the above techniques. They work similarly to a sluice box. They work similarly to sluice boxes since they have one integrated, but the key difference exists. Suction dredges suck up the stream bed materials like an underwater vacuum. The material is then stored in their sluice boxes and undergoes the same separation procedures and standards as a sluice box. Powered by gasoline pumps, suction dredges have the advantage of working on bigger scale prospecting sites while basically decreasing manual work. You don't need a shovel to get the material in the sluice. With enough experience, you will find plenty of gold with this machine, but there is a downside. Few places permit the use of suction dredges. They are heavy regulated since they are considered to damage the natural environment, which is bullcrap. Yeah. They don't, dude. If you got people are stupid. If you make a hole in a creek, the next flood's gonna fill it in. Easy, easy. And this is a new one. Biological prospecting.
What?
Hey, I'm just saying. One of the most recent discoveries in gold prospecting comes from biological prospecting, and biological prospecting enthusiasts can use bacteria, soil, humus, and plants to help them detect metals, including gold. Some bacteria and plants depend on more than one mineral often found alongside gold. Many have argued that where these plants are, bacteria accumulate and is a tremendous natural indicator of gold sources. Oh boy. Biogeochemical prospecting indicates that some plants store increased metal concentrations in their roots, which might indicate metal deposits underground. However, the tricky part is interpreting the data accurately. Prospecting using this method can indeed find gold deposits, yet they need to ensure their soil and rock samples indicate the presence of gold ores or correlate with the geobotanical anomaly. Now, this method of gold prospecting implies a lot more studying and a lot to the advantage technologies the regular gold prospectors might not have access to. Recreational gold prospectors should instead focus on other techniques mentioned above if they only intend to find smaller scale gold deposits. And here's what is the best method for gold prospecting? There are many methods of gold prospecting around, and some techniques might be better than others. However, what you have to consider is your goals, the places you are prospecting, and if there are any laws or limitations. It would be the best to consider how much you will spend to prospect for gold. Ultimately, what matters is your end goals and whether you want to do this in a recreational activity or if it's more means to earn money. Conclusion: prospecting for gold has been an exciting adventure for thousands of years and will continue to be one no matter how you look at it. Finding gold can be addictive, rewarding, and fun simultaneously. However, you must consider that it implies a lot of work, or at least investing some money into it, depending on your goals, possibilities, and locations. Thank you.
Interesting. Bio ba ba la ba la ba.
Buddy, I'm not doing it.
No. I'm
Once
gonna
it said, when it first said bio,
heck.
I remember reading a story that they were taking gold
Yeah.
out of a sewer plant from human waste. And at first I was like, is that going to be the old turd gold again? I don't know.
I ain't going down that road.
No,
I don't think any of us here is gonna go down that road. Good
Nope.
Lord.
nope. No.
That's just craziness. Yeah, that's too scientific for all of us.
You
It's like
imagine being in a
we ain't got
sewage
time
plant.
for
We're
that.
gonna
We ain't got
take it for
time to
gold.
grow plants and all that stuff. The heck are they talking about?
We call that a tragedy. Tragedy.
That's just good stories right there. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, wow, interesting. Thank you, Scott. That's just
You're
very
much welcome.
white.
Hey, that was the one that I told you I lost 2 weeks ago. I found it again.
Well, at least you did.
I forgot to bookmark it, and like I said, the internet went out when it came back. I was like, no, I couldn't see it again.
Crazy.
Heck, and by that time, I've already looked through so much stuff. My mind's on goo mode.
Yeah.
So
I'll get
trying to find it hard.
Yeah. Speaking of goo, did Jaron, how was that gold rush?
Whitewater was.
Yeah, Whitewater. What'd you think? Thoughts?
They still haven't found anything, and it was just mostly just packed with drama.
Yeah, I mean,
Drama.
but what are your thoughts? Rob, Jaron. I know you guys both were at the watch party, I'm sure. So
That Dustin's a royal prick.
don't it really seem like that, or is this just a TV drama? Yeah, what do you
It's
think?
the New York inning, man. That's all. It is.
I'm sure he really wanted him to dive 5 hours. That's
Yeah,
But I
right.
mean, standard is like 4 hours. I mean,
Right.
sure, if you got it in you to go 5, then yeah. But
Well, right. You just dive as long as you want if you got it in you.
Yeah. You got to remember, these guys were diving 6, 7 hours, but they would get a day rest.
Right. Right. In between, sure. Now they're
Yeah, in
not.
between. Now it's like, no,
Yeah,
you got stuff.
one guy's got to do back to back now.
Yeah.
Geez Louise. It's like,
And
you're not in there diving, Dustin. Shut up. Give the man.
We've been in the water for 6, 7 hours here in Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, that's because the old man's not around anymore to keep them straight.
Right. But still, it's like Carlos has been with him a long time. Back off, man. If the guy's tired, he's tired. Who cares?
yeah, and you want more work out of him. Why you didn't even show up to work?
Right. Exactly. This is my world. My world.
Tragedy.
It is tragedy. I watched. I'm like, really? I'm like, Dustin, come on. What
I mean, didn't he get burned like 3 or 4 years ago?
yeah,
He brought up all that stuff. He said he'd dove for him when he got burnt. He dove for him when he was freezing.
Yeah, he's been very
yeah.
loyal.
Yeah.
Very, very loyal. It's
Yeah,
like
they tend to forget that.
Dustin's gonna say, I should just send you home. I'd been like, you could kiss my, what?
Yeah, find that.
That's not cool.
Hey,
It's just not cool.
Hey, that's the gold world in a nutshell.
Yeah, and if they would have found gold, that would have never even happened. Dustin wouldn't have said a dang word.
Right. You're right. You're right.
He'd have been like, "Yeah, that's great. 4 hours, right on. Let's go hit the camp."
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
I agree 100%.
Everything changes when you're not finding gold, though.
Yeah, that's that way. Even out in the field, don't matter who you're with or who you're prospecting with.
Yeah, and I understand, Dustin's got his life savings wrapped up in it. That's
Well, you know what? The one that sucks is the one that said dig here. That's the one that sucks, and that's the one that should be taking the blame. If there ain't no gold there, he should have said dig here.
But if
He should be saying move.
Well,
Hey.
Dustin acts like everything's on him. Like these guys didn't leave their families. They're not have a steady job. They need the gold too.
right, exactly. That's their pay too. But still, if I only got 4 hours of diving in me, then that's all I got in me. Then send somebody else in for the rest of the 4 hours. I mean, the difference, right? I mean, that's the way I see it. If it's that much of a big deal, send one of the other guys back in for 4 hours too. We'll both dive back to back 4 hour shifts. That's easier than 8 hours. It just seemed kind of like Carlos said, pricky prick.
Well,
in the whitewater like that, it beats you up
Oh,
a
it
lot
is.
more than like if you're in the
Oh,
ocean.
in calm water or something, sure. Oh, I can only imagine you're getting the hell beat out of you in that rough water they're in. You know, you're fighting it. I just wonder how much weight they got on. You know, just to it's
Jeez.
a lot. You know, it's a lot. So
Yeah.
right, that's just rough.
Hmm.
I know the power of water.
Right.
When they started the episode with the boats, the jet, whatever you call them,
Yeah.
it's not that deep,
Right.
but it just seems like that they purposely killed the motors to make it seem like,
Yeah. Well, you got to have your TV drama, right?
yeah, I mean, oh, it was this switch came undone, and
Oh
you plug
yeah.
it back in, and all of a sudden it starts up, and
My alternator wire burn off. Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, I
or,
mean, mathematically, 3 of them go down in like 15 minutes. That's how is that even possible?
right. Right.
It's
Exactly. I was thinking the
it's the
same.
show.
It is. You got to have your TV drama, which is understandable, but still, we don't need it. We don't want it. Just get on the gold and find the gold, and we don't need
And
all.
then the one guy that fell off, they picked him up and he was dry. It's like, what how you guys think we're stupid?
So that's why I said it makes me wonder. But the Carlos and Dustin thing seemed realish,
Who is that the
Oh,
other
yeah.
night, Jerry? We were sitting there watching it. He goes, "Oh, the drama." I can't remember.
It is. It's
Probably Ken.
So
Ken.
do you
There you go. Ken.
think
Yeah,
that
oh,
was
it's
real,
the
Tim?
drama.
what's
The
that?
drama.
I said, do you think that was real between Carlos and
Yeah, that part I think is kind of real because Dustin does seem like he can be that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do believe that the confrontation between those two are.
If not,
I don't.
if
Yeah,
not,
but
they're
it's
really good actors. Yeah.
this ain't the first time, guys.
I mean,
This is not the first time.
Carlos, and all the times I've talked to him and everything, I've seen him on stuff, and he wouldn't sign up for that.
I
He
don't.
doesn't want to be that person.
You
He
can
doesn't want to
tell.
be made out to be a guy like that or
Yeah.
anything. It was all real, I
And
believe
you look
that.
at his face when he's talking, he was serious. He was like shocked, Yeah. So that's why I said if it was drama made up, boy, they both should get an Academy Award for that.
I'm gonna
Like I
have
said,
to?
I don't think it's the first time, guys.
No, oh, I'm sure it's not the first
Oh,
time.
it's not.
It's
That's
probably
just
the
the first time they
got
showed
their
up.
on. Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
the first time on camera.
Is this last season?
Is this the last season?
I
think it
I
is.
do believe
As
so.
of now, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. But still, the man can only dive 4 hours. That's all he can dive. Like he said, he's not young no more. 4 hours in that's plenty. What when you just did an 8-hour shift the day before? I mean, that's enough. 4 hours the next day. Good enough.
Well, see, the thing is, they still had another diver,
but they made him come up.
he got out also.
Yeah.
And not a word was said to him.
Right. So that makes no sense. Well, you could still stay on your dredge. It's just because I'm coming out don't mean you got to come out. Just keep dredging. That's like if me and Dennis was down there dredging, I come out. Dennis ain't gonna come out. He keep dredging.
And I
Oh,
think
exactly.
James realized that too, because he was pretty heated about the thing too.
Yeah.
James didn't like the ordeal at all either, because he
No.
got out at the same time.
Yeah. It's just kind of strange. I'm kind of looking forward to next week's episode.
I think maybe they're trying to get the ratings up so they can have another season. If you ask me, I'm gonna have to watch it so I can.
It'd help. Yeah, you gotta watch it, Dan. Yes. Yeah, you definitely.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for Jaron watching it, I wouldn't have it on TV.
Ah.
No. Just like Oak Island. I don't watch that thing either.
Speaking of Oak Island, this week coming up is the season finale. Will they discover the Holy Grail?
They found another piece of wood.
It's a 2-hour finale, isn't it?
It probably is. Oh, I can't wait till when.
Oh, kid, right?
Yeah.
2 hours of nothing.
2 hours of pure delight.
crap.
You have watched it, Swifty. You don't even have a clue.
Dude, I don't like it. It sucks. Just like Frog
You
Ranch. I
say
quit
that.
watching that crap too.
Sit there
Same
and
crap.
say that. How can you do that?
You don't watch
Because
Planet?
Oak Island sucks.
Yeah.
They haven't found crap in how many years they've been there. The island is so big.
They
There's got to
found.
be some point in time where there's nowhere else to look. So,
Well, no, they haven't even discovered a third of that island yet. So, I
Nope.
mean, still a pretty good size
well, they
island.
should have.
Even in the swamp, they only explored
No, they're
10%,
no,
20%.
tunnels.
Oh, they're going to
Tunnels.
find something.
They find stuff every year. Not
Dude,
find
they find a lot of stuff that are clues and coins and
Yeah,
stuff
whatever.
like that. They find
when
it
they
all
put
goodies.
heaven of the ark there, you're going to eat your words.
No, they're gonna find this big old massive treasure. It's coming out.
Yeah.
Uh
I just was scrolling through Instagram and saw this.
Yes, that's an old story. That's funny. Though.
oh. Growing around the carrot. I kind of remember that. Is that where they
Yeah.
got the name Garrett Carrot from?
Maybe.
I
Could
think it's because
be.
it looks like a carrot.
It could be.
I do remember that story though. She lost it 16 years later. It was actually around a carrot. That's funnier than heck.
Would you leave it on the carrot and just put it in a case or something?
I bet she put it back on her finger.
I'd have left it on the carrot.
It was, I think it was a
laid it.
engagement ring or something.
It'll shrivel up to a certain point, and then
Yeah.
then it just,
Cool though.
Juan and Freddie's show. That
Oh
was
yeah. See, I ain't able to see that one yet.
See,
Yeah.
that's a good
I
show.
watch it on cinema.
That's one worth watching.
they went up to Canada to help out a couple, and Jaron and I both agreed that the lady who was doing the cleanups
Shouldn't be
definitely
doing
needs
cleanup.
help.
She was one of the main problems.
Oh really?
She's doing the cleanups, right?
Yeah.
And then Freddie and Juan are over there and teaching her how to use a classifier. How to
Hey,
use
you
a
shake it like this,
classifier.
right? I was like, what?
I said, Houston, we have a problem.
There's no fuel in that rocket.
If they got to teach her how to use a classifier, you know we're in trouble.
no kid.
Although they were set up to find large nuggets, not
Yeah.
find stuff. So
Okay.
they did help them with that, but the way that they set it up, I would have just used trailer hitches instead of hydraulic doodaddy that they.
They got to get fancy with the
Oh
hydraulic.
yeah, of
Oh,
course.
they got fancy with it. Self-positioning freaking sluice box. It was
What?
like that. Dude, I could have put a jack under it for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, exactly. So the budget must have increased for the show, probably. That's-
Yeah, it went to $23,000.
Well, I bet you those are for sale somewhere. I bet you they're selling them.
You're right.
Might be on Timo or Alibaba.
If not, they're selling them now.
No, they made that. I'm sure they're trying to sell it somewhere.
Right.
You know what, Darren? I said if they ain't, they're selling it now.
It guaranteed Freddie's probably making them and selling them. Yeah.
You buy a couple $10 jacks or pay $1,400 for this one.
All right. Yeah, and you could just push this button. Yeah. And you
I
don't.
just say it's funny
I would
they went
just
with-
use the
I
trailer
just say
jack.
it's funny they went with hydraulics. They could have just ran a cable to the end of the box and
Yeah. Yeah.
That too.
Why not? Right. That's simple and cheap. Harbor Freight all day long.
yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not like you're not moving that box for feet. You're
Yeah.
moving it inches. So why have a hydraulic lift on? It just didn't make no sense.
They also did have some ground issues. I mean, they had what, 1,800 acres. So
Mhm.
part of that has already been worked from the old timers. So they were trying to find other areas that would produce gold.
Ah. Okay. Interesting. And you don't like the old Skinwalker Ranch, huh? I had my doubts about that, but I still watch it sometimes just to see what's going on.
Kind of a blind.
Blind Frog. Blind Frog. That one's the one I've watched. It's great.
Either or. I mean,
Either-
neither one's doing anything much, really.
Right. You still got to kind of watch them, but yeah.
I think the most interesting thing is when I found all those little trade beads. That's about the most interesting thing they found, really.
On where? Oak Island?
Oh God!
No, Blind Frog Ranch.
Well, they found a bunch of trade beads on Oak Island too.
That's true. That's like Frog Ranch. I don't watch that anymore neither. At first, I thought it was going to be a good show. After the third episode, I'm like, this is just another Oak Island. I'm done.
Well, the only my doubt thing is like the Skinwalker Ranch one. That's the seems like it gets a little hokey when they're talking about
UFOs.
no, like skinwalkers. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I go, okay, this just went north.
Yeah. Somebody's drinking the peyote water.
Yeah, even though that is like something that is really known to Native Americans. I mean,
Yeah.
they all reported it, but I
Agreed.
mean, Doesn't mean
But-
you to believe it.
Right, but yeah, like I said, peyote.
You also got to remember, these people didn't have the technology like we do now. So
Right.
them, if they saw something, it's going to be totally different to what we
Oh,
can
yeah,
have
yeah,
in today's
yeah.
technology. So,
Right.
when you look at the Hopis and even the Aztecs, they relied on the sky,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So when they see a giant bird flying in the sky, they probably think it's something that's meant from the gods.
Oh,
you know.
sure.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody could have just probably the first person ever seen somebody wearing a bear skin or something.
Right.
They're like, oh, it was a bear, and then he took it off, and he was a human. Oh my!
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Or some guy in a costume with lots of feathers. Oh, he was a bird, and then he was turned into a human.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I'll still watch it occasionally, just to see where they're at. Yeah.
Sure, you're glued to the TV every night it comes on.
I probably am.
Oh, I gotta get there.
Now I don't do that. I go, oh, there's nothing else on. I guess I'll watch Blind Frog Ranch. See what's happening there. Yeah. See how they're doing. See
Yep.
what kind of treasure they're finding. Yeah. Kind of keep up with them all. You try to.
Got to keep up with the Joneses.
You do, especially we got a radio show. It's
I
like,
don't care about the Joneses. They
I
can stay in their
still
own damn
talk
yard.
about it. But see, Scott, if you watched the Oak Island, then when we talk about it here on the show, you'd have knowledge of it.
I don't even like the cast on the show. They're boring. It's like walking into a nursing home and asking somebody to pan gold for you.
But they're not actors. I mean, they're
Sure.
Yep.
After how many years? Oh, they're actors now, buddy.
I mean, we can talk about the Legends of the Superstition Mountains.
Yes.
And that's another goofy
Pretty
one.
good show.
Oh, why is that a goofy one, Scott? That's a true
The guy
one.
found a Spanish cash, man. He didn't find a freaking mine.
Okay, a Spanish cash. He didn't find the mine.
No.
Who knows? The guy probably did find the mine, and then later it became a major productive mine known as Goldfield.
Oh, that could it be? Yeah. Hey,
You know, there's people to this day in this town that swears that the Lost Dutchman's up here around Black Canyon City.
Is it?
No.
How do we know it's not?
How do you know?
All right. How do you know?
It took him 3 days to go and get gold and come back to where he was at. And that's clear over in AJ. He's not riding clear to the Bradshaws in 3 days and getting back in just 3 days and then losing everybody following him to find his gold.
Or maybe he just
Think
told
about
them that, right?
You can't run that fast with a donkey in your hand. He ain't riding it.
Maybe he wasn't going that far away. See?
No.
Just never know. Treasure's where you find it. Right?
Right.
Yep.
Like I said, it took him 3 days to go get the gold and come back. 3 days. You're not even with a horse. You got from freaking Apache Junction with a horse. It's going to take you 2 days straight line just to get here.
Now, how do you know it took him 3 days?
That's what they're saying.
How do they know?
The stories.
Well, how do they know?
Well, Dutchman 3 days to go grab enough gold. Of course, he only did it once.
Right?
That's the big thing that nobody ever looks at. He only come back with gold one time.
Huh.
Well, it's a Spanish cash, if you ask me.
And that's where the Peralta stones come into play.
Yeah, because the Indians told him, the Indians told the Spaniards, we know what the gold's worth to the white man now. We don't want you here. Get out. We're going to kill you. They had to stash their stuff because they couldn't get their butt out of the country fast enough.
Huh. All craziness, though. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
it's all
stories.
There's
A lot
still,
of studies.
but still, there's a lot of treasure still out there. So you can't,
Oh, yeah.
you can't, disclaim.
There's still Spanish caches around here, New Mexico.
Well, that's why I said
still-
so. You can't disclaim Oak Island. There could still be treasure there. Yeah.
No, I can pretty much say
No, you can't. The Knights Templar came to that island, so they could find treasure there. See?
Yep.
no.
Saying you're gonna see. I can't wait to see us as
Dude,
kind of.
if they could find gold fly in a helicopter with a giant metal detector off of it. You can run that metal detector across that island. You should be able to find gold.
Well, not if it's too.
No, they just want to go dig a bunch of holes wherever willy nilly.
Oh, have they ever flown a LiDAR over
Oh,
there?
they've done LiDAR all over that friggin'
Okay,
island.
so that,
But
you know,
still, you
seeing-
figure when the treasure's about 170, 200 feet deep, LiDAR ain't gonna get down that far, right?
you know,
Tim,
but
what-
as
what
long
do
as
you
you
got your-
start
what do you
seeing
got in your lemonade,
depressions
buddy?
and
Well, they do. They see that stuff like that. That's how they know where to place like their.
I was gonna say, I don't know what you got in your lemonade, but yeah, that thing will see that far down in the ground.
No, not 200 feet down, will it?
Well, yes, they
Good
do.
Lord. 200 feet
They
down.
fly them off of
I'm
the
not
bottom of a
sure.
helicopter.
I don't think it will, because there'd be nothing hidden on this earth.
You hear me? They fly them on the bottom of a helicopter.
I know, but still,
You don't
200,
think they're going to see 200 feet in the ground?
200 feet in the ground, plus they're up in the air another how many 100 feet? I
I'm just
don't
telling
think
you.
they could see that far deep. Maybe
That's how the
I would give
Canadians.
them
That's how the
50.
Canadians found the mine out here. They're digging in now. It's almost 300 feet in the ground.
Yeah, but
So I know I can see it.
I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna leave that to the professionals, but I just think that's awful deep.
Yeah.
That's just awful deep. I'm not giving up on them. It's a treasure. I think there's something there. I know there was something there, and I think that guy found one of the stashes. The
Oh
old,
yeah,
the old
that-
farmer, Samuel Ball.
yeah.
I think he definitely found one of them. Yeah.
You're killing me. You're
Quite a
killing me,
bit.
Small.
But there's still more there.
There's still more there. Agreed. Yeah. He just found one of the stashes. There's more. And they're gonna find it. And Scott,
Look at
Scott,
look at Rich.
eat your hat.
What's that?
Rich is falling asleep. If I'm right again,
You weren't right the first time. Don't even try that crap.
No, remember the Grandma Gold thing? I was right.
Oh, I know. I
So
told
let's
you.
go.
That's what I said that it was within that year, but you go
All
ahead
right.
and change the rules.
So now we're gonna. No, it was on the video.
I know. I heard right on the
Changed
video.
it.
Yeah. This year it will not do that. I
Oh,
said it
was-
twice.
Oh, geez, Louise. It, if I
I'll just tell you.
if I'm right also about the Oak Island thing, that they will find treasure, you got to do another Grandma Gold pager bag.
No.
Why? Because I'm right. I'm going to be right again, aren't I?
Yes, you are going to be right again. That's why he's not doing it. I probably
No,
say-
it's because you ain't
I
got
would
the
do-
first bag.
I know. I got the
They've
first
moved
bag.
the whole island like 3 times. I don't know how they got it.
I know,
They gotta-
right?
it's that fourth time. That's when this is it. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends on what you consider treasure.
Right. What's
Hey, Jaron, when they're done, it's going to be called Oak Islands.
Islands? They're gonna find it.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Good
Just
luck with
saying.
that.
All right. Just remember, everybody just remember, Tim said that on May 18th, 2025.
That's right.
That way there's no more arguments about it. That's what makes it fun, though. On that note, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
And don't forget to check out our buddy Ed Marvin, Flash in Your Pan on Tuesday Night Hangout Live. He will have Shannon of Gold Pans and Suntans.
Gold, I like that name. That's cool. Gold pans and suntans. Pretty
Can't imagine where he stole that from.
right. Wait, don't tell me that one. After
Could call it concerns and sunburns.
The AU twins from,
Oh, wait. That's right. They did.
they said they were tanning and panning.
Panning and panning. That's right. They did. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
The
Tanning
worst part, you get a
and
tan on your back and nothing else.
panning and panning. It's like chilling and grilling. Yeah. And
Yep.
aha. All right. Well, thanks everybody again for coming and hanging out with us. Until next Sunday, don't forget next Sunday, the Pay It Forward giveaway, and invite your friends to come join Gold Prospector Space. 20 more.
I forgot.
What'd you forget?
Good night, go
Good
diggers.
night, Gold Diggers.
See ya.
Done.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.
Oak Island
Shut up.